Y'all see what I'm saying? It's been Diddy and 6, and y'all thought I was playing, because 9 times out of 10, yesterday the judge, when it came to the feds, he started to get on them. He basically questioned the feds on the lack of evidence pointing to coercion. Coercion. I know I said the word right. That this right here, coercion, means when you use threats or something to persuade people to do what you want them to do. Go look it up. But yeah, they basically saying that there's lack of evidence pointing to that. And he acknowledged that there may have been some control over Cassie, but he emphasized that he wasn't seeing anything that supports a RICO charge. And that's what I've been trying to tell y'all. Diddy wasn't charged with a DV, he was charged with a RICO. And everything they showing in this case was just how freaky he is. They didn't show nothing that make him RICO. So I'm not defending him, I'm just calling it what it is. Y'all tried to say he did something else, but y'all not proving that he did something else.
I try to tell people be like, well, Cassie stayed, this and that. Well, people got to understand, when you're dealing with a person with that type of wealth who can change your life, you basically will do anything for them. I hear Boosie and everybody be saying what they saying. Well, let's say, Boosie, you got people like that around you now. We got people that did time for Boosie like that around him. I mean, that did time for him. It's documented. What happens is when you rich and you got an opportunity to change people's life, people tend to do things that they would have never done. Look at Sean. Did 10 years for him. Me, I would have took a life for him. I ain't gonna lie, I told y'all that plenty of times just by the loyalty, because of what he did for me and what the opportunity was for me and my family. So I can imagine what Cassie and everybody else had to go through for so long. So many people had to keep that secret. Like since people don't understand. Like, I'm 43. Since I was in school, we've been hearing rumors, but nothing concrete like this. So when you hear this finally, and then he have to admit to this because he trying to plead his innocence. So things that's already documented, he know the feds got evidence of, he have to admit to it in front of his family, in front of his daughters, in front of everybody.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and I just want to start off by saying that's what stupidity and desperation looks like. If you're born and raised with some type of moral integrity, ethics, principles, these are called norms and values. They teach that in sociology class. A lot of people didn't pay attention, didn't take it as an elective, and are just plain stupid. But he sounds mush mouth, so I'm not really surprised. Just because a person got bread, let me just put this. I ain't even gonna go through ethics and morals and principles and shit like that. I'm just gonna dwell on integrity. Integrity means if you're not gay, no matter how much money somebody offers you or what opportunities they offer you, you're not sucking a dick because you don't like men. If you have integrity, if you don't steal, even when you're homeless and poor and hungry, you're not going to steal at the grocery store because you got integrity. They don't sway. That's what integrity is. If you don't like threesomes or foursomes or orgies or getting beat down, letting somebody urinate on you, having multiple copious flings with the Punisher and several other dudes that look like Enrico Iglesias, look like Puffy had a thing for light skinned or Puerto Rican niggas. I don't know. What I'm saying is, if you wouldn't do that, even at the detriment of a financial situation, you just ain't doing it. Like, I don't know why people like it's only poor people. It reminds me of this little cartoon that I seen that somebody had made of Mickey Mouse, where Mickey Mouse had left Disneyland and was now prostituting, and he was letting Scrooge McDuck urinate on him for a couple $100.
Why don't you drop by my flat later and let me piss on you? Hey, that's the fun part about being filthy rich. You get to see what desperate people will do for money.
Like, when you have no principles or ethics or integrity, you could be swayed. I'm like this. I don't do homosexual LGBT activities. So no matter how much money somebody offers me, yeah, I'm good. Like, I've been broke. I know what it looks like. I'll just continue doing that. You figure it out. You come up with different plans. You start a business. You get a side hustle. Like, you do what it does, or you do what it takes to get what you want. What you don't do is sell out your morals. Because my pops used to tell me, and I think I've said this in numerous videos, you got to live with yourself. Don't do something that you would be ashamed to look in the mirror and be ashamed of your reflection. I like getting up in the morning, looking in the mirror, admiring the reflection of the person and the man that I am. Because I haven't done anything to sell out my morals or my ethics or my integrity. Like, I don't do homosexual stuff. So I'm comfortable getting up, even if I gotta go to a bullshit job, or it may take me 1,000,000 years to stack $50,000, and I'm just being hyperbolic. It ain't gonna take me no damn 1,000,000 years. But you get what I'm saying. If it takes me forever and a day to stack a certain amount of money, to start a business, to get my own wave going, I seen a post that said it's better if it takes you 10 years to get your own wave than to ride somebody else's. So these people were just money hungry, stupid, desperate. Cassie clearly had no skills other than being pretty. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of what 50 Cent said. If your looks are the only thing that you rely on, you'll do some hoe shit. Simple and plain. When you don't have nothing up here, you use the alternative, which is your body. Unintelligent, lowbrow, uneducated people tend to do that. People that's educated, they devise plans, schemes, proposals of business. What they don't do is go on OnlyFans or sell themselves out to a rich millionaire. Like, what he's talking about, he would have took a bid from Diddy. Yeah, he's a moron. I'm not taking a charge for somebody doing a decade in prison, running the risk of getting stabbed or raped while I'm up in there. It's never that serious. So people like this, they'll just keep, I'm not surprised. They keep making them. What did Henry Ford or Houdini say? There's a sucker born every day. So these people were just suckers. And it looks like Diddy, they didn't want to charge him with anything. They wanted to publicly embarrass him. This has me thinking that the powers that be are just trying to publicly humiliate him. Nothing more, nothing less. They're trying to ruin his image, which it looks like they've effectively done. Because after this, who the hell gonna put him in a movie or do any music business with him, or let him be the spokesperson of a popular drink? It's in Hollywood. For him, it might be the end of the road. But when you're worth $800 million, you figure it out. Like, at the end of the day, all you can ever do is do what it takes to get where you need to get. And he's like retirement age, so at this point it really doesn't matter. Like, they might have thought they soiled his image. He's not really doing shit with it. He's not making music. He doesn't have a Biggie Smalls on a label. Hell, I don't even think he has the label. I think he might have sold that. Other than trying to peddle a drink that nobody's really gonna drink. And he doesn't even, I think he bought back his clothing line for like $7 million. He might put that back in rotation. I ain't even gonna front. Sean John was the shit. I used to wear it. That was the only urban hip hop brand that didn't look corny after a while. Fat Farm looked corny after a while, and Inichi looked corny after a while. Echo looked corny after a while. Sean John and Rockaware was the only brand that didn't look corny after 10 years. Like, I would still wear that. So I hope that's the direction that he's going in. I don't think that they'll bring down his legacy any more than it already is. But that's just me. In any event, if you like this episode, you know what to do, and I'm out.